So it's funny, for all the other signs, all the kings and the queens have been coming out. And I'm very happy to see that because it indicates a very strong, directed energy, okay? And you're showing up here as the Queen of Swords, which means that you know what you want, which means you're going to go after what you want. So I feel like in your environment, especially external to you, are a lot of people who want to be with you. There might be competition as a result of it too. And what I've been seeing as well is a lot of major arcana cards. I also feel as well that you want to cultivate the friendships and be around people that add value to your life rather than people who are just fun to hang around with, okay? Fun and it's fine, but you want to cultivate meaningful relationships, okay? That's going to be the advice here. So, wow. Okay, so it's another weird thing. Six of Cups have been coming out for about 8 of the signs, and this is a strong soulmate connection as well. So it's been coming out a lot, a lot, a lot for all the signs. So let's go over this spread here for you, Libras. So the first cluster that we are looking at here. Oh, by the way, I'm going to read them, two cards at a time as clusters, and then the bottom row is your spiritual advice. This is the path that you're supposed to take to alleviate some of these blockages or challenges. Okay, so let's hope you enjoy the reading. So first of all, we are talking about the Death card and the Three of Cups. And once again, the Three of Cups is a card about socializing. This is about expanding your network, your social network, and also it's a card about how you entertain yourself when you are with other people. We have the Death card here, which also indicates to me that, once again, if you have had friends in the past and you're dealing with negative people, potentially jealousies or people that say they're your friends, I feel that your social network needs to be re-examined. A lot of you have left behind friends that are no longer walking in the same life path or thinking on the same wavelength as you. So you've had to leave some situations behind in order for you to move on to more positive energies and allow more positive people to come into your life. And I feel like for a lot of you, these are people that you've known for quite some time. You might have grown up with them. There's a childhood energy circulating around this situation where it wasn't an easy decision to walk away, but you're doing it. And I feel that you're becoming stronger as a result of it. I also feel as if you're looking back at your past and you're thinking as well, like, what do I want my life to look like? What do I want my relationships to bring for me? And you want somebody who helps you grow in consciousness, in expanding your sense of spirituality even. So I feel that's coming through. But more than anything, you want somebody who is stable, who will have your back, who won't gossip about you, who are true and authentic, okay? So Libras, this is a very good month for you to realize what's not working in your social circle. You are a social butterfly. You have a wide network of friends and associates. So make sure you are narrowing that down so that you can devote time to people who are adding value to your life rather than subtracting from it, okay? The second cluster that is coming through, first of all, let's talk about the Queen of Swords. This has to do with communication, and it has to do with the way we think, the way we process information, and the way we arrive at conclusions. So first of all, you are showing up as the Queen of Swords. This is a person who is very, very decisive. Um, I feel this is the energy that you're bringing onto the table, okay? So she takes a no-nonsense approach when it comes to love, when it comes to relationships, and when it comes to people in general. When people are not being their authentic self, she's basically turned off from it, and she is not shy about letting them know. She might like see through the veneer to see at to get at the real truth of a matter, of a situation. This is also a woman who is very, very desirable. I feel that in terms of dating, in terms of the impression you make in your social environment, just make sure you are not asking too many questions. I feel that it might intimidate friends and lovers, potential lovers alike, okay? In your environment, I feel that you are very witty, you are very, very sharp. In a good way, you are very mentally agile, but at the same time, tone down on this energy. If you want to make new friends, if you want to expand your social circle, you want to operate more from the heart, which deals with, asking mundane questions like, how was your day? How are you doing? What drives you? What stirs your passion? Things like that. Asking people a little bit more of these personal questions, I feel, would allow you to get into more of an emotional rapport with them. It is linked up here with the Four of Wands. And the Four of Wands usually indicates to me some type of a celebration, some type of culmination. Something is getting completed and there is a celebration at the end of it. What it indicates to me as well is this is a situation in which you are invited to many, many social functions, possibly with family members and things like that. At the same time, I feel like there is something coming through for this month where somebody is celebrating your mind, just how amazing you are as a thinker, as an ideas person. And what I mean by that is, for example, if you've been working on some project, it's a creative project, but it's more like, if it's research oriented, if it's research based, we think of it more of like the mental energy. It is possibly being published. You're getting recognition for your mental contributions. Okay. At the same time, it can play out in this way. If you are looking for opportunities to further your education, it's going to be very good for you. Some opportunities are coming in. Acceptances from, schools that you want are definitely coming through. If you're looking for work, your employers are also going to greatly value your mental contributions as well. So the way that you come across is the ideas person, is somebody who is very, very sharp, who is very intelligent, who is very desirable. You want this person to be on your team. But in a social environment as well, people are really taken back by how sharp you are and how intelligent you are. And because of it, they do want you to invite you to many parties, to many functions, because they feel that you're a good asset in every environment, okay? Now, in terms of social interactions overall, we have a lot of social cards. First of all, I feel that for a lot of you, if you're getting out on the dating environment, okay, I feel like you might have your eyes on somebody in your environment. And I feel like there might be some gossips involved, or there might be some, your friends might be eyeing the same person. I feel like something like that. I feel like there's some competition circulating around you. Either people are vying for your attention, or at this point you're realizing that, I have some friends I thought were true, but maybe they weren't, they weren't showing their true colors. So you are going to have to weed out some people from your social environment. I also feel as well, this is a card about dealing with some disappointment, okay? People might not have been acting at their best, and they didn't, and it was disappointing to you. So I feel like in order for you to move past this, you're going to pick your battles. You know what they're about, so you're not going to put yourself in a situation where you have to even confront them. You're just not really looking forward to it, and you don't really care at this point, because once somebody reveals their true colors, I feel like that's pretty much, you give people the benefit of the doubt, but once the truth comes out and they reveal their true colors, you're not going to really have much of a choice but to let that situation go, okay? In terms of your emotional state, I do feel we have very, very good cards here. So first of all, let's talk about the star. And the star is basically telling you that, Libras, you're walking on the right path. Something is being handed to you, something is being carved out for you, mainly because you were proactive about doing the right thing, making the right decision, standing up for yourself, and especially in situations like being authentic and true to yourself. And because you always, had a very, very sharp mind, you are able to see through the veneers, and you're able to leave situations behind when they're no longer serving you. So even though weeding out processes, the whole weeding out process, letting people go who might have meant a lot to you, there might have been childhood connection, grown up together, people that you were very, very linked in with, you had to let them go because it wasn't serving your greater good. And as a result of it, you're led down a new path where you are going to be able to find people who are very emotionally like-minded, okay? So this is a healing process. Whenever we come across, major separations between ourselves and people we care about, we have to come into the fact what into the stage where we accept that it wasn't for our greater good and we have to move on. It hurts. But yes, we have to move on. We have to heal. Once the healing happens, you are going to feel very, very good and emotionally stable about your life once again. For a lot of you, I feel like there might be somebody, with the Five of Cups, Three of Cups, and the Temperance card. There might be somebody struggling with alcohol issues. They might become belligerent or difficult in your midst whenever there is alcohol consumption. And I do sense as well that you might care about this person, but you don't want that to affect and spill over into, you don't want their problems to become yours. So I feel like you are drawing clear boundaries with these people in your life, okay? In terms of your advice here, what I do have here is the Seven of Cups, Ten of Cups, and Six of Cups. All of these cups energies clearly speak about boundaries, and it speaks about drinking. So, and going back earlier when I mentioned, you want to re-examine some important relationships in your life. Is it about going out, having fun, drinking, and forgetting about real life? Or are there enough, emotional commonalities, emotional support, emotional rapport within the friendships and the relationships that will sustain you? So you want to be very, very careful about how you assess your relationships with other people and assess if it's still worth clinging on to. Okay, so the energy is still echoing here. I feel for a lot of you, you have friends, you have possibly remained in touch with friends that have been around since you were in like grammar school, and you're walking on different paths. I feel like divergent paths. There might be opportunities for you to reconnect this month through social functions, gatherings, parties, and especially like, marriages, engagement parties, baptisms, even, I feel like even like bridal showers is what I'm feeling. And there's a very strong feminine energy throughout this spread. So I feel like, female friends especially, you want to make sure that they are still nurturing and emotionally supportive, and that you can have, deep conversations with them. You like to discuss current events, philosophical issues, and, these things. So make sure that the people that you're interacting with are on the same page, and that they fulfill your need for knowledge, so that you can, incorporate them into the future with you. So the advice here is there are many, many options. Not all of them are good for you. So you want to limit your time, okay? This is also about scattered energy, and scattering yourself and spreading yourself thin and wide, like, just spreading yourself out. It is the quantity you're attracting rather than the quality. So be mindful about this, and, take some steps to change this, because I don't feel that you're going to be happy if you end up with like a lot of people, but none of them give you a very strong emotional connection, okay? In terms of what's coming through, we also has the Ten of Cups. This is a family completion card. This is a card in which we yearn for stability. We yearn for emotional happiness, contentment. We yearn for, the White House with the house with the white picket fence. We yearn for a place where our family members or loved one, ourselves, can be happy and carefree and live in a very sheltered, safe environment, okay? So I feel like safety and comfort are the things that you're yearning for, but you also feel like you want somebody to share your life with as well. So going back to what I mentioned earlier, the Queen of Swords, a lot of you might have been in a relationship and you have recently gotten out of it. A lot of you, honestly, the Queen of Swords shows up as a widowed woman or like a divorced woman. So I feel like you've been through a lot and you are possibly divorced, separated, or at a point in your life where you're going out, you're trying to meet the right people, and you're trying to connect with the right friends, connect with the right, relationship partner, or find a relationship partner. And I feel like it is coming through for you, but the choices that you make regarding who you let into your life and what you're willing to settle for. That is going to determine what kinds of energies you allow into your life. So you're pretty much the gatekeeper here, and make sure that you're on the up and up, and that you make decisions based on your emotional response to a person. Not only that, they also have to contribute something to help you expand philosophically. Okay, this means they have to be interesting, they have to be very socially conscious, because I feel like Libra is like that. And they also have to be very I feel almost like they have to help you grow mentally in order for you to be happy. So the emotional connection is real, but I feel like in the long run, the just emotions is not enough. Think with your head a little bit, okay? What is coming through as well? Six of Cups. This is opportunities, a lot of opportunities to have run-ins, meetups, social engagements as well with people from our past, okay? And I don't feel that you're looking at life through, rose-tinted glasses. I don't feel that. But I do feel you might want to minimize. You might have a history with somebody from your past, and sometimes sentimental ties are hard to break. But if they're no longer serving a good purpose in your life, if you're constantly meeting up and drinking the night away, and there's very little quality when it comes to the communication between the two of you, it is best to let it go. So I feel like a lot of opportunities for social events coming through for you. I feel that there is a very strong soul connection coming through with people around you. Make sure that they engage you, they add value to your life, rather than and if you're dealing with somebody that you've known for a long time, and they have a penchant for drinking, over drinking excessively, or even if they have issues with alcohol, I feel like for some reason I feel like you're the one that has to intervene, or you're the one that has to take the first step to walk away, because you're trying to protect yourself, or you're trying to tell them, you're drawing that clear line in the sand, like, I care about you, but this is not a behavior that I can tolerate, because when you drink, you're a different person, and that's not what I want for you. So I feel like that's what's happening here. You might have to look away, and you might have to search elsewhere for new social circles, new opportunities for dating prospects as well. And what's really weird here is that there isn't a single. Yep, there is not a single Pentacles card. So this is not a very practical month, okay, Libras? There's a lot of opportunities to socialize, but I feel like a lot of you might be running away from an issue. So I feel like it's important for you to get your foot grounded, and to get yourself to the point where you deal with issues when they come up. You don't procrastinate. A lot of you might have just been constantly on the move as well. I feel like movement happening, a lot of meeting a lot of people, talking about things that you're passionate about, but make sure that they reciprocate as well. And I feel like there is an air of competition in your midst, and as a result of it, you might have to defend things that you believe in. You might have to scatter your energy. I feel a lot of social engagement. They're not all bad, but without a single pentacles in this card, in this spread, I feel that you need to find some grounding, okay? You need to like take a moment, go to a park, sit under a tree, do some journaling. You need to do some grounding, because I feel, scatter energy, scatter resources as well. And lack of stability, lack of grounding. All right. Um, let's see what's in store for you for love, Libras. So, Libras, love, relationship. Let's see what is in store for you. Libras, love and relationship, March 2016. Seven of Cups is coming up once again, and it's the crowning energy. A lot of you have recently divorced, separated, and you're trying to get out in the field, in the dating front, okay? Like I said, you have a lot of social engagements to go to, and you're very well received. There are multiple offers coming through for you here with the Four of Cups. I feel that, indecisiveness is like the typical Libran trait, right? So you're like recoiling in fear because you have so many options, and with so many options there are opportunity costs, and you feel like, well, if I choose A, then I miss out on B, and vice versa. If I choose D, then I miss out on all the other three options. So I feel like a lot of options are coming through, but you're sitting there and you're not really making a choice. Okay, so for those of you who have recently divorced, separated, you're out on the dating environment and you're feeling inundated with choices and decisions. So this is a month for you to exercise your free will and to pick something and run with it and have faith that it is going to work out, okay? I do feel that in the past position, we have the Ten of Cups here. A lot of you might have recently reconnected with somebody that you've dated in the past. So it could be somebody from your past where you might not have dated them, but for some reason, the relationship never got off the ground and now it's making a comeback. Because when I look at the Ten of Swords, it's basically something you thought was over, but in the past there is a revival of it. This isn't like past, present, future. I'm reading it in a different way, so I'm reading vertically and horizontally, okay? What I'm feeling is a situation is being revived. There is going to be a solid offer. So for a lot of you, you might have transitioned from a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, to a new earth sign. And the earth signs are Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. So a lot of you might be transitioning water sign to an earth sign. And in between, there has to be a change of mode of operation in order to deal with the new energies. So I feel like in the past, this was a very emotionally nurturing relationship where I feel like the other person was more proactive. They brought you things. Things were like handed to you by your relationship partner. And I feel like for a lot of you, with the new situation, you're dealing with an earth energy where they tell you, here it is, but you have to meet me halfway. So you're stepping out of your comfort zone a little bit and you are being a little bit more proactive, taking initiative. But I feel like you want some things to come to you. You don't want to have to go out of your way to work for it. And you don't want to invest too much because you're feeling inundated with all these options. There is a very solid offer coming through from an earth sign, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, that you definitely should take up. But I also feel like a lot of you might have recently, it might be a little bit too soon for you to date somebody seriously, and you feel like the earth sign is serious. You're not just yet ready because you're still like healing from, missing somebody. Some type of significant relationship partner has recently left your life and you're still trying to cope with this. And as a result of it, and also concurrently, you're dealing with a lot of options. So you're not really sure yet just how you want to proceed with this. But there is a very strong earth energy associated with it. I also feel that, vice versa, the person you're dealing with might have a lot of offers on the table for them as well. And I feel that their earth energy shows to me that they're pretty sure what they want. They're pretty sure about it. And it's just a matter of you both trying to overcome this kind of stalemate energy, and one person takes a step forward. And that's all it takes pretty much to get the situation off the ground. But both parties might have been hurt in the past. Both parties are kind of looking through their options, trying to think about worst, best case scenarios with each option before they make a concrete choice. Okay, I'm actually going to pull out another card here for you just to see what's going to happen here. Okay, so we have the Strength card. The Strength card in this deck is about seduction. It's about speaking your truth. It's about not being afraid to touch someone, to reach out to somebody, and to make the first move, okay? So this is my advice here. There is somebody in your midst that you're actually really thinking about and you might have recently reconnected with. And once again, the reconnection is allowing you to both to come together. But I feel like In the past, they might have handed everything to you on a silver platter, and now they're holding back just a little bit and they're trying to take it slow. So I feel like you have to go the extra mile. You have to, meet them halfway. And in the spirit of compromise, that is a very good, thing to do. The halfway point is the way all relationships should work. But I do feel as well that there's hesitation from both sides. Okay. So for a lot of you, if you have recently broken up and now you're getting back together, I do sense that some, imbalances from the past has to be addressed, which is good. Communication is good. But I feel almost as if you thought I feel like in getting back together, you thought that okay, let's just pick up where we left off. Well, the relationship ended in the past mainly because it requires that you take a little bit more initiative. And I feel like this person is demanding a little bit more of initiative from you. So you might have been dragging your feet in the past, and they felt like they were doing a lot of the work. So I feel like they're coming back in and they want some changes. And whereas you wanted to pick up where you left off, they want to change the game plan. Okay, so learn to work together because I feel like it is the beginning of something very stable and positive. At the same time, for those of you who are single, a lot of options are on the table for you. There is a prominent earth sign that is sincere. But once again, you are going to have to reach out, okay? They're shy. I feel like they're very, very shy. And they might have been through some baggage. They might have some residual baggage that they're dealing with, which is also interfering with their self-esteem. So they're shy, and you need to reach out to them. It seems very positive to me, okay?